Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are strapping in for a really high-speed tour of one of the most promising bands coming out of Japan right now.
That would be the rock metal powerhouse, NEKO.
Exactly. We've got a clean summary of their whole structure, their strategy, their early stuff, and if you're curious about what it takes for a band to launch globally in, 2024, this is pretty much the perfect case study.
Absolutely. And for you listening, our goal isn't just to, list facts about them.
Right.
The mission here is to give you a really quick but deep understanding of that specific blend they have. The identity, the music, the very intentional global strategy that makes NEKO feel like such a new force. We're trying to figure out the blueprint.
Okay, let's unpack this then. What are the ingredients that go into what the sources call their explosive energy? Because we have to start at the foundation, which is incredibly specific. NEKO is a four-girl Japanese rock metal band formed about 4 years ago, and they seem to have hit the ground running.
Well, the defining thing right out of the gate is how self-aware they are. The sources keep emphasizing they have a sharp musical identity.
Okay.
They know exactly who they are, and that identity is literally built into the architecture of the lineup. It's like a high-performance machine, Each of the four members is a precision component.
So let's break down that machine. Starting with the vocals, we have Aiko, the lead singer.
Right. She's the source of their power. The summary points to her powerful, dynamic voice and, critically, this strong stage charisma.
She's the natural focal point, then.
She provides the thrust, the aggression for the metal side of things. But, and this is the fascinating part, she doesn't do it alone. The whole dynamic is built on having two vocalists.
Which brings us to Akiko, the second vocalist. And this, for me, is where the genius of the lineup really starts to show. Her role is all about contrast and depth.
Exactly.
Her job is to provide harmonies, contrast, and these emotional layers that just elevate what Aiko is already doing. It immediately tells you they're versatile.
It's a huge distinction in the heavy music world. So many bands just focus on raw power, screaming, which can kind of flatten the emotional range of an album.
I know what you mean.
But by having Akiko focused on those complementary layers, the emotion, the contrast, they make sure the vocals have the depth to match the instruments. She handles the nuance while Aiko brings the force. It's just a very sophisticated tool to have.
So we've got this perfectly balanced vocal core designed for both power and range. But it's still rock metal, so let's talk about the heavy hitters. The sources are really clear that the band's sonic signature rests on one person, Himari, the lead guitarist.
Himari is the reason they are firmly in the metal category. She's the one doing the heavy riffs, the soaring solos, and what the source called their signature melodic metal sound.
So if Aiko is the vocal power,
but Himari is the sonic wall.
Yeah.
Her skill is what lets them move beyond just simple rock songs to something way more complex.
And holding it all together, the rhythmic foundation.
That's Hanoka, the drummer. She's the engine. The sources say she maintains intensity with aggressive rhythms and precision. In this kind of music, you need a clock and a sledgehammer. She's both.
So you have a powerful vocal core with Aiko and Akiko, and a relentless instrumental core with Himari and Hanoka. That four-person, highly specialized structure, that's the key to their identity.
It is. It's the essential ingredient.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So they're a perfectly tuned engine. Now, where's the roadmap pointing? Here's where it gets really interesting for me.
Okay.
Despite being a Japanese band, rooted in that culture, they perform almost entirely in English. I mean, that is a massive, deliberate choice. It kind of goes against the grain for a lot of J-rock.
It's the defining strategic pivot.
Yeah.
And it tells you everything about their ambition. This isn't a band that's just hoping to get discovered overseas someday.
No.
They are targeting a global audience from day one. The intent is so clear. Create a universal connection with their music.
But I have to push back on that a little bit. Doesn't singing in English risk, pushing away their core Japanese fans? That fan base is usually so loyal to bands that sing in Japanese, it feels like a gamble.
Oh, it's absolutely a risk, a huge one. But the sources seem to imply that in today's global music world, the reward is just bigger.
Oh, so?
Well, when you choose English, you instantly tear down the biggest wall for audiences in North America, in Europe, South America. They're prioritizing global streaming and international tours over being, the biggest band just at home. It's a signal. They want the world stage, not just the Tokyo stage.
And that strategic choice is backed up by their sound. It's not just super technical death metal, which can be pretty niche. They're blending melodic metal with modern rock.
And that fusion is perfect for their international appeal. Let's break that down for a second. When we say melodic metal, we're talking about all the speed and heavy guitar work.
Right.
But with a focus on catchy, identifiable, even beautiful melodies. The melody is still king, even with all the aggression.
So Hamari's signature sound fits right in there.
Perfectly. The melodic metal part gives her space for those huge riffs and solos that the metal crowd wants. But the modern rock part keeps the song structures accessible, catchy. It has hooks.
So they get the power of metal without losing the broader appeal of a rock song.
Exactly. They want that universal connection, and this is how you build it musically.
And you can see that strategy in their first couple of songs.
Yeah.
The sources highlight these 2 tracks they put on YouTube that just perfectly show their range.
They didn't just lead with one sound.
No, they immediately showed their bandwidth. Let's talk about the first one, the one designed for pure impact. Cat is Evil.
Right. Cat is Evil is their aggressive way in. It's fast, it's high energy, and it's built to just catch fire online. It's them leaning hard into the attitude side of their identity.
The source described it as playful darkness, which I thought was a great phrase. What does that actually mean musically?
Well, it comes through in the pacing, in the vocals. It's definitely metal. You've got Hanoka's drumming just pushing it forward relentlessly. But the playful bit is in the syncopation and just how unbelievably catchy the chorus is. It's made to be memorable, almost a sing-along, even with the heavy instruments. That's why it got attention so fast. It gives that international audience something fun and immediate to grab onto. But it's still heavy. It's the perfect intro.
It sounds like the perfect viral track. High attitude, sticky chorus, proves the rock elements work, but to be taken seriously as a metal act, you need depth.
You do.
And that brings us to their other track, Seraphic Echo.
This is the moment they flex their melodic muscles. This is them proving they're not a one-trick pony. Seraphic Echo is described as a much more atmospheric, emotional piece.
So if Cat is Evil is the hook.
Seraphic Echo is the demonstration of skill and range.
And how does the technical focus change in that song?
It shifts right to using their full architecture. This track is designed to showcase that melodic depth we were talking about. You hear Hamari creating these beautiful, soaring guitar lines, not just crushing riffs. And crucially, it fully uses the vocal harmonies from Akiko.
So that's where she really shines.
The whole atmosphere is built by layering those vocals. It's not just a lead line with some backup, it's a tapestry of sound.
Which ties right back to what we said at the start about their sophisticated dual vocal setup. Akiko isn't just there for the chorus.
Not at all. She's essential for creating that emotional, atmospheric density the source talks about. This track is basically proof of concept. It proves NEKO can balance power with beauty. It shows their songwriting is versatile. So when people discover them through a catchy English song, they stick around because there's real depth. I mean, their online presence is growing, and it's clear they are a seriously promising new force.
So if we step back and look at all of this, what are the key takeaways? What's the core lesson from the NEKO blueprint?
You need to remember 2 pillars, both of them totally deliberate. First, that tight 4-person architecture. The Aiko-Kiko vocal dynamic with the Hamari-Hanoka instrumental drive that gives them their range and sharp identity.
Okay, that's one.
And second, the strategic use of English. That language choice is a direct pipeline to a global audience. It just proves that intent and market awareness matter just as much as talent these days.
So what this all means for the bigger scene is that NEKO is this clear, calculated case study. It shows how targeted identity and language choices are defining the next wave of international acts.
Right. It's not enough anymore to just be good in your home country.
You have to engineer your entire sound and strategy for the world stage from the very beginning. And that architecture is complex because of the contrast they've built into it. The sources show they can balance that fun, aggressive, playful darkness of Cat is Evil with the rich emotional depth of Seraphic Echo. So here's something for you to think about. How will NEKO maintain that delicate balance, especially with Hamari's signature melodic metal sound, as they move from 2 breakout singles to a whole cohesive, full-length album? The promise is there, no doubt. That executing that power versus beauty balance across 10 or 12 tracks, that'll be the real test.